Thank you. That was, for some of you, probably a relief, you know. And what did anybody learn anything about the person next to them that they didn't know? Yeah, what?
Oh, that he's closer to his sister than his brother. And he likes her a lot. I don't know.
That's awesome. I don't have a brother, so I have to be close to her. But I love her. Yeah?
Oh, I just want to say that she said her family sucks.
Hey, some families do.
She loves our classmates, like she loves our,
Yeah.
like, our classmates. So that's a good gift for her.
Yeah, great class.
I'd be lying if I stood up here and said every single family is like the best family ever and there's always love happening. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like, the reality is when you're that close with people, there's going to be confrontation at some point. The question is, how do you handle that confrontation? Right? And this is what we talk about, exactly that, in these programs, is how can you take conflict and, I mean, I'm not saying always turned into a positive and things like that, you know. I realize that some things aren't mended that way. You know? But if we give these students healthy alternatives to conflict, then they have that choice. They have that option. The first thing I mentioned was grade 8 transition conferences, and I'm going to talk about it again just because it's one of the most important programs I've been a part of. So from that one day that I got to present to a group of youth when I did that backflip, so much has happened since then. So much goodness. We involve all levels again. Elders, community leaders, cultural teachers, high school students in our other mentoring programs. All those people together form that circle. And sometimes we do round dance. I helped organize the last 4 conferences now. And at our last conferences, it was beautiful weather. It was just perfect after a string of bad weather days. And we got to go outside while a Haudenosaunee leader played the water drum and sang traditional songs while we all danced holding hands in a circle. That is, to me, one of the best forms of education out there. So much is gained from it. I'll never forget that. How many people have crammed for an exam and then they're like, whoa, math 2. Seriously. You know, and you don't remember a thing that you studied in that program. How many? I've been there. I was a undergrad university student. I mean, you go to the final hour where it's like, I got 10 hours to read a whole textbook. Get the Tim Hortons ready. Get the coffee beans ready, man. No, actually, I'll tell you, this is the truth. I never once in my university pulled an all-nighter. I said, my sleep is way more important to me than this exam. And, you know, fortunately, I was able to get far still somehow. But their grade 8 transition conferences, we also talk about dreams. Dreams have shaped my life. Is there any other Native people in here? Yeah. Nice. A few of us, right on. One of our traditional forms of education was acknowledging dreams, dream interpretation. I'll tell you a dream. This dream was full of joy and exuberance. I woke from a dream and I sat up right away. Like I literally woke up and sat up. And that doesn't often happen. How many of you wake up and like, I'm going, you know what I mean? But how often do you, wake up from a dream? And I did. And it was one of the best dreams I've ever had in my whole life. I was surrounded by good people, youth. I was surrounded by extraordinary events happening, speaking to people. And you know what? The weirdest thing was, I had long hair. At the time, I had a clean-shaven head.
You're living your dream.
I'm living my dream. Literally, from that day forward, from that moment forward, I didn't cut my hair. Because I said, if that's a reflection of what my reality could be with long hair, I want it. And I'll tell you, this is the truth. It's happening. And I can't be more grateful. I'm telling you. The people, the team, the family that surrounded me, the youth, you. I am so grateful. I couldn't be here if I wasn't. You know? 2 minutes? Okay. Well, there's a lot more that I wanted to talk about. You can go on. Obviously, time is of the essence, and I guess the last thing I'll talk about here is taking a stand. This is one of the most important concepts I've been privileged to see in this academic, in this world of youth. When you see injustice occur, when you see racism or violence in front of you, and we all just admit it, we see it all the time. Take a stand. Say no. No more. Why are you doing that? Why are you saying those hurtful words? Why are you making fun of that person? You don't even know them. Why are you judging? Say no to the harm. Stand against it. I promise you, I've done this. It works. When you see it happen, and you will, I promise you that. You'll see it happen. Probably a lot of times. Confront the perpetrator. I don't like that word. Confront the person causing the injustice. Be a hero. Put yourself in the shoes of the person being hurt and say, how would I feel about that? How would you feel? How many people have experienced it? Horrible. Feel horrible. You think about it. But I promise you, when you stand against it, it makes a difference. Why? Because that person who caused that injustice will think about it. They will. They will when you confront them. They'll think about it later and say, why did I do that? And that to me is good medicine. That to me is some of the best medicine. I realized that I am out of time and I had so much more to say, but I must say, like, this has been, I've been so grateful. I didn't know how this was going to go. I had a presentation for youth on Tuesday, and like I swear I lost them for about 10 minutes. And I was like, oh man, it was also 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, but you know, it framed this today, and I really feel like you guys, I connected with you, and some of you will agree. If anybody wants to talk about, I'm going to do one last thing. Can I take one more minute? Will you guys wait?
Yeah.
I've been planning on this since I found out I would do this presentation. I only did this once before, and it was at the last conference, or at the last presentation on Tuesday. And it was like the last minute they said, yeah, do it, do it. A song came to me during a ceremony. And I am so grateful. And I'm going to sing it for you now because I want to open that. I want to open that.
That's the next class coming in.
Okay, that's okay. Way oh hey, oh way oh hey, way hey ah hey oh. Way oh hey, oh way oh hey, way hey ah hey oh. Way oh hey, oh way oh hey, way hey ah hey oh. Way oh hey, oh way oh hey, way hey ah hey oh. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming, and on behalf of the social science faculty who organized the social science speaker series, I'd just like to say thank you again to Andrew Judge for presenting to us today and empowering us with his knowledge.